Hard day's work, man. 500 miles here, about 4 hours.
Kenseth led 40 laps today, including the most important one. His wife, Katie.
Yeah. She's a sweet girl.
Dick Berggren amidst the spray of victory fluids.
Well, we don't need to take a shower tonight. From 31st, how did you pass so many cars today, Matt?
A couple things. We had a great handling car. DeWalt Ford Fusion was awesome. And, great pick for these guys behind me. And before I get all that, too, this one is for Johnny Reiser. Without him, we wouldn't be racing here. And it's hard not to think of him every time we're at the racetrack. But these guys did a great job. Just got to thank my sponsors, Carhartt, USG, R&L Trucking, DeWalt, all our great partners. And John Reiser, of course, is your crew chief's dad who passed away recently. Why are the Roush cars and even the truck on Friday night so good at this racetrack? Jack's been working a long time to get this organization where it's at. And, we got great people here. We got a lot of loyal people. We got people that want to work hard and want to win. I've been very blessed to have such a great team that works so hard at it. And feel bad for Greg. He had the best car today, but I thought we had the second or third best car. Well, Jimmy Johnson gave you quite a run on the restart. Let's go to Matt. He's with Jimmy.
And for 30th of the last 60 races, Jimmy Johnson leads the points. What a great run right at the finish. Battling for the win, but you also had to worry about the 99 on the last lap.
Yeah, Carl, I knew he was going to come in hot on the outside, and I guess got in there too hot and couldn't make it stick, but I just can't tell you how proud I am of this race team. These guys just continue to work their butts off through adversity. We're making the best of a bad situation, and we almost won another race today, so I'm very proud of these guys. Great pit stops, great race car. We're doing everything that we need to do. So
what a way to start out the season, 1-2.
Yeah, it is an amazing way to start the season. Hopefully we can finish up this way. That's what we need to do at the Slows car. We've been so close so many times. Won the Daytona 500. Maybe we can win the championship this year.
Finishes second here in Fontana. Now let's go to Steve.
Thanks, Matt. With Carl Edwards, who has now finished 6th, 5th, 4th, and 3rd in 4 consecutive runs here at California. But Carl, how important, we talked about this before the race, how important was it for you to bounce back after Daytona?
It's paramount. I mean, this is exactly what we needed. Had a good, fun, safe day of racing, didn't wreck anything. And hopefully that helps us out in points a little bit. We didn't lead a lap, but we got to congratulate Greg Biffle, first of all. I mean, he had a dominant car, and Matt Kenseth for winning. But just a fun day, man. I had a blast. I mean, it's a fun race.
Your crew chief, Bob Osborne, told me this morning that he's a big proponent of getting the season started off well to stay up in the points. It didn't happen in the Daytona 500, but you did rally.
Yeah, we had a little bad luck in the 500, but hey, man, every day's a new day. And I'll tell you what, if anything, that was a motivator. I mean, to be 43rd in points, wake up on Monday and realize, hey, we got to do this. That's a motivator. And I think our team has enough depth, and we're capable of coming back. We just have to do it.
Nicely done. Let's go upstairs.
Said yesterday in practice, we saw that 6.54 graphic, said he has to finish 3rd on Sunday. And
he did a little bit better than that, yeah.
Matt Kenseth back on track with his winning ways despite Greg Biffle's misfortune. He holds off all comers in a 2-lap shootout to win at California Speedway.
All right.
Fox welcomes you back to California. Jeff Hammond, Chris Myers, and the Sprint post-race show. 33-year-old Matt Kenseth from Wisconsin in a Jack Roush Ford closing out the weekend. Mark Martin, the winner of the Truck Series. Greg Biffle yesterday, who led the most laps today, winning in the Busch Series. And Matt Kenseth coming in. As he said, he thought Biffle had the best car, but in the end, Kenseth, after the Daytona 500 disappointment when he thought he had a car that could win, got tangled up with Tony Stewart, comes back with a big win today. A former Jack Roush driver, Jeff Burton with Richard Childress Racing, an impressive 5th place finish. Our Matt Yoakum is standing by with him. Matt?
came on strong near the end. But Jeff, did you hit one of those segments during the race where you guys started chasing it a little bit?
Yeah, the Singular Chevrolet really went fast the first run. I mean, we went up, drove up to second, I think, and had the fastest car on the track. Stopped, put on tires, and then I got too tight and just wasn't any good. And finally got it where it was sideways loose. And when it was sideways, I could make ground. And on long runs, we were really good. And good solid day for us. I really like it when you get tight and then you can make an adjustment and make the car too loose. That means you're bobbing back and forth, but you can eventually hit the middle. And we were our best when it counted, and that's a good thing.
Good weekend for Jeff Burton, both in the NASCAR Busch Series and Cup. Today's 5th here in Fontana. Dick?
With Jeff Gordon. And what is the old saying that a racer goes to the racetrack with? Never give up?
That's right, and we didn't. I'm real proud of this race team, and just the effort they're bringing to the racetrack right now. Unfortunately, we're having to fight a little bit harder than we need to, especially for a 13th place finish. But I thought that the two-tire call was the right call. Unfortunately, too many cautions came out. I think we would have been 5th or 6th place car, so we would have made up spots. But all those cautions and then that one at the end really got us. We probably should have come in then.
Well, still a decent day. Let's go to Steve.
Thank you, Dick. And with Casey Kane, who finished 4th. And Casey, Darrell Waltrip had an interesting observation late in the race. He said he felt good for you because he thought this would actually help your confidence. Is that true?
I felt like we had a good run. Everybody on our Dodge dealers, UAW Dodge Charger race team did a great job. We had good pit stops, and I think we could have done a little better there. I spun the tires. I just screwed up and spun the tires twice in a row on that restart and lost it from there. So that was my fault. Lost a few spots, but it's a good run. Stanley, McDonald, Siemens, a lot of good sponsors. We haven't talked to you guys after a race in a long time, so it's good to do that.
How encouraging is it for you, Casey, to put a number like that on the board?
It's good. Run 11th last week at Daytona. Had a top 10 car there and got a top 5 this week. So we're real happy. It should be a good points day, and that's what we got to think about. These races are tough, very, very good competition, and I got to think more about points instead of some of the stuff I thought about last year. So if we can keep doing that, we'll hopefully stay up here and get to talk to you guys more often after the race.
Our pleasure. Thanks, Casey Kane. Nicely done. We'll go to Chris Myers.
Thank you, Steve. Casey's first top 5 finish since last August. Casey weren't with us throughout the afternoon. Greg Biffle, part of Roush Racing, with Kurt Busch starting on the pole, takes the lead and led the most laps. Tony Stewart led 28 laps today.
Yeah, he also had a strong race car. You see him going by Greg Biffle right there, and it looked like the battle was going to shape up between these two cars as we got toward the end. Tony had a really up and down day, had a flat left front tire, had to go to the back of the pack, but he battled his way back all the way right to the end, then he lost an engine.
Right, got up to 4th, and then the blown engine took him out of the race. First DNF since last April in August. And then here's where Matt Kenseth suddenly appears. He started or qualified 31st, so he's come from the furthest back to win this race. Meanwhile, Greg Biffle, his Roush teammate, we heard him over the radio. If you were with us through the Fox broadcast talking, you can see that Biffle has some engine problems. Kurt Busch spins out, former Roush driver, bringing out a caution, and then in the restart, Biffle just didn't have it, was out of the picture.
Yeah, the engine finally let go, and you can see right there Doug Richard, that's pretty much ends their day. He says it's over, boys, and they headed for the garage.
And then Kenseth has to hang on and fight off Jimmy Johnson, the Daytona 500 winner who wound up second. But Matt Kenseth, 2005 Cup champion, 2000 Cup Rookie of the Year in Victory Lane here in California. Let's get some final thoughts from Darrell, Larry, and Mike.
Well, Jimmy Johnson, a 1-2 punch to start the season. He's the leader. Casey Mears, 2 top 10s, second in points. But Darrell, 4, Tony Stewart and Greg Biffle. What a tough day to rebound from.
It really is, and you got to remember there's an urgency about these early races. It's not a 36 race season. It's a 26 race season. These early races will really set you up for getting in the chase when you get to the 26 race at Richmond. So you can't fall out of any of these early races. So much to overcome and not much time to do it.
But Larry, the Roush cars on the downforce tracks.
Well,
wow.
They've just picked up where they left off last year, and I think they've got a little better race car with that Ford Fusion. Plus, I think the Roush 8's horsepower is a little better, and it's going to show up at 2/3 of the racetrack, which is like this track we raced on today.
All right, we're off to Mexico City with the Busch cars next Sunday, and we'll see you in Vegas in 2 weeks. Tris?
All right, thanks, guys. Look forward to that. Stick around, except on the West Coast. The Simpsons, War at Home, very funny Family Guy and American Dad, 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central. A lot of laughs, a lot of entertainment today as we watch from the Hollywood Hotel trackside here at the California Speedway. And Matt Kenseth looks like, and I know it's a couple of races, with Tony Stewart in the hunt as well, but along with Jimmy Johnson, guys to watch in the chase for the championship.
Well, right now I think he's established himself, he and Robbie Reiser. They want to go back and have a chance to recapture the cup, obviously. But how about the 42 and the 48? Jimmy Johnson wants his first championship. He wins at Daytona, finished seconds today. But Casey Mears, who's third in points, good run for him today. I mean, second points. He had an excellent run also, so he backed up what he did down at Daytona. So we got a lot of stuff starting to shake up early on. Oh, by the way, the guy in fifth place in points, how about Dale Earnhardt Jr.?
Yeah, and he doesn't really run well. I want to go back to Jeff Gordon. We heard his comments, and what was your line when he went into the pits and made the tire decision?
Two-tire misfire, my friend. And he even said it himself. I couldn't believe he didn't come down and get tires on that last caution. I mean, that's the thing right now. He needed to come back and give himself a chance, and I don't think they did that.
And we saw 500 miles racing in Southern California. Normally in traffic, that'll take you 3 days. It took 3.5 hours for these guys. Next weekend, the Busch Series qualifying on speed. And on Sunday, as the Cup drivers get a weekend off in Mexico, the Busch Series 2 Eastern, 11 Pacific, you'll see it on Fox. The Oscars next Sunday, not too far from here, of course, Hollywood. Now, nobody started Crash, the movie that's up for a nomination, but the 20 car and the 16 car, they could be nominated for Brokeback Engine because the combination of those two, Biffle and Stewart, led for a total of 196 laps, and both failed to finish the race. Matt Kenseth came through, and a couple of weeks in Las Vegas where Jimmy Johnson won the last time. Remember the post-race inspection? There was an issue there. For all the gang here, I'm Chris Myers. Thanks for watching NASCAR on Fox.